Did you know that your very first actions in the morning could either protect your kidneys or slowly harm them without you even realizing it? If you're living with kidney issues, every little choice counts, and it all starts the moment you wake up. But what if we told you there are 5 powerful morning habits that can support your kidney function, improve how you feel, and possibly even slow down further damage? In this video, we're diving into exactly what those habits are, why they work, how to do them, and what mistakes to avoid. So if you're serious about taking control of your health and giving your kidneys the daily support they need, stay with us, because this might just be the most important part of your day. And without any delay, let's dive into the first essential habit for kidney patients. Habit number 1, emptying your bladder completely. Now, this might sound like something too basic to matter, but trust me, it is far more important than most people realize, especially for kidney patients. This one habit can make a real difference. But how does something so simple help protect your kidneys? Let's break it down. When you do not fully empty your bladder, even a small amount of leftover urine can create a problem because that leftover urine becomes the perfect environment for bacteria to grow. Think about it, your bladder is warm and moist, and if urine is just sitting there, bacteria can multiply quickly. This is one of the most common ways urinary tract infections, UTIs, start. Normally, urination flushes out most of the bacteria that might enter the urinary tract, but when some urine stays behind, that natural flushing mechanism is interrupted. The bacteria begin to grow, and if the infection is not addressed quickly, it can move upward from the bladder through the ureters and into the kidneys. Now, why is this especially serious for someone with kidney problems? When bacteria reach the kidneys, they can cause a kidney infection, a condition known as pyelonephritis. Kidney infections are not only painful, they can worsen kidney function and may even lead to irreversible damage, particularly in people whose kidneys are already under stress. But infections aren't the only risk here. Another major concern is kidney stones. You might be wondering what bladder habits have to do with stones. Well, let's break that down too. When urine stays in the bladder too long, the minerals naturally present in urine, like calcium oxalate and uric acid, start to settle and crystallize. These crystals can clump together and gradually form stones. If these stones stay in the bladder, they can cause pain and difficulty urinating. But often, they do not stay put. They can move up into the ureters or even the kidneys, creating blockages and putting extra strain on an already compromised system. So what can you do to make sure you are fully emptying your bladder? First, take your time. Many people rush through bathroom visits, especially in the morning, but for kidney patients, this is a time to slow down. Sit comfortably, relax your pelvic muscles, and do not push or strain. Simply give your body time to do what it needs to do. If you are someone who frequently feels like you are not done even after urinating, try something called double voiding. It is simple. After you finish, wait a few seconds, then try again. Often, a little more urine will come out, and doing this regularly can help reduce the risk of leftover urine staying behind. Another helpful tip is to gently shift your body forward or side to side while urinating. This movement can activate the bladder muscles more completely and help release urine that might otherwise be left behind. And remember, never ignore the urge to urinate. Holding in urine for too long stretches the bladder and increases internal pressure over time. This weakens the bladder muscles and makes full emptying even harder. Plus, holding urine can cause something called vesicoureteral reflux, where urine flows backward toward the kidneys, greatly increasing the risk of infection and kidney damage. You may also be thinking about fluid intake, especially if you are on a restricted fluid plan, and that's a valid concern. Proper hydration helps dilute your urine, making it harder for bacteria to thrive and for stones to form. But every kidney patient's fluid needs are different, so it is important to follow your doctor's guidance on how much to drink each day. What matters is that your urine stays as free-flowing and clear as medically appropriate for you. So all things considered, emptying your bladder completely is not just a good habit, it is a protective measure. It is your first line of defense each day against infections, stones, and unnecessary pressure on your kidneys. Alright, let's get real for a second. Have you ever rushed out the door in the morning only to feel like you still needed to urinate even after you just went? Or maybe you've wondered why your urine sometimes looks darker or has a stronger smell. You're definitely not alone. Tell us in the comments, what's one thing you've always been curious about when it comes to your bathroom habits but never really asked? Let's make this a judgment-free zone and start the conversation because your kidneys are worth talking about. Now that we've taken care of the bladder, let's move on to something that might seem small at first glance but actually makes a big difference, especially for kidney health. Habit number 2, start your morning with a glass of warm water, with or without lemon. You've probably heard that advice before, but let's really break it down and see why this simple step can be so powerful for someone living with kidney issues. After a night of sleep, your body wakes up in a mildly dehydrated state. While you were resting, your kidneys were still hard at work filtering blood, removing waste, and regulating fluids. That first drink of water in the morning is more than just a thirst quencher, it's like sending a signal to your body, time to wake up, time to flush out, and time to reboot your systems. For your kidneys, this is especially important. They rely on a consistent flow of fluids to do their job effectively. When you drink water early in the day, you support smoother urine flow and help reduce the concentration of toxins in your bloodstream. That means less strain on your kidneys right from the start. Now, let's talk about why warm water is recommended instead of cold. Warm water is absorbed more easily and is gentler on your stomach and internal organs. It promotes circulation throughout your body, including to your kidneys, and improves digestion without the shock that cold water can bring. Think of it like easing your body into motion rather than shocking it awake. Especially for those dealing with kidney disease or other chronic conditions, that gentle stimulation can really go a long way. But here's where it gets even more interesting. What if you add lemon to that warm water? Lemon offers some unique advantages. It is naturally rich in citrate, a compound that helps prevent certain types of kidney stones, particularly calcium oxalate stones. Citrate binds with calcium in your urine and keeps it from forming crystals that could clump together and become stones. On top of that, lemon helps create a more alkaline environment in your body, which is helpful for people who tend to have overly acidic urine. That shift in pH can lower the chances of stone development over time. Lemon also has a mild natural diuretic effect, meaning it can gently encourage urination, supporting the kidney's ability to flush out waste. It offers a small dose of vitamin C too, which helps support immune health and overall wellness. But here comes the important part. Not everyone should jump right into adding lemon to their daily routine. Lemon contains potassium, and while it is not a large amount, if you are someone with kidney disease who needs to watch potassium levels, this could be a concern. When your kidneys aren't functioning at full capacity, they cannot filter potassium efficiently, and it can build up in the blood. That condition is called hyperkalemia, and it can lead to symptoms like muscle weakness, numbness, and irregular heart rhythms. So if you've ever been told to limit potassium or if your lab tests have shown elevated levels, it's best to avoid lemon in your water and stick with plain warm water instead. There's another group that should be cautious with lemon too, people with acid reflux or sensitive stomachs. Even though lemon becomes more alkaline once it's metabolized, the citric acid can still trigger discomfort or heartburn, especially first thing in the morning. If you notice that lemon water leaves you feeling queasy or causes burning, that's your body's way of saying, no thanks. The good news is that even without the lemon, warm water on its own offers plenty of benefits. It rehydrates your body, supports the kidneys in flushing out waste, helps activate digestion, and can even promote more regular bowel movements. That last point is important because constipation is a common issue among kidney patients, often due to dietary restrictions or medication side effects. When digestion slows down, toxins tend to linger in the body longer, adding to the kidney's burden. A warm glass of water in the morning can help keep everything moving and reduce that extra load. Now here's a little question for you. What's your current morning drink of choice? Is it plain water, warm lemon water, tea, or maybe coffee? And if you've tried starting your day with warm water before, did you notice any difference in how your body felt? I'd love to hear your experience, so drop a comment below. You never know, your story might be the nudge someone else needs to give it a try. And here's one final tip to make this habit even more effective. Try drinking your warm water at least 20 to 30 minutes before eating breakfast or taking any morning medications, unless you've been advised otherwise. That gives your body time to fully absorb the water, rehydrate your cells, and gently wake up your digestive and urinary systems before adding anything else into the mix. Feeling ready to discover the next morning habit that can keep your kidneys going strong? Stay with me, the next one is all about boosting your body's inner defense system. Let's keep going. Now, here's something you might not immediately associate with kidney health, but it plays a huge role. Habit number 3. Checking your weight and blood pressure every single morning. At first, this might sound like something only doctors do in clinics or maybe something that is only necessary once in a while. But here's the truth, doing this simple check at home every morning can actually give you critical insights into how your kidneys are functioning and whether your body is holding on to too much fluid. So why is blood pressure such a big deal when it comes to kidney health? Let's break it down. Your kidneys help regulate blood pressure by balancing the fluid and sodium levels in your body and releasing certain hormones that keep your blood vessels functioning properly. But when kidney function starts to decline, this regulation becomes less effective. The result? Blood pressure starts to rise. And the cycle works both ways. Uncontrolled high blood pressure can also damage the tiny filtering units in the kidneys over time, accelerating kidney disease. In fact, high blood pressure is the second leading cause of kidney failure worldwide, right after diabetes. That is not a small statistic, it tells us just how deeply connected your cardiovascular system and your kidneys really are. When your blood pressure is too high for too long, it literally puts pressure on the kidney's delicate blood vessels, gradually reducing their ability to filter waste and fluids effectively. This is exactly why monitoring your blood pressure first thing in the morning gives you a valuable window into how well your kidneys are coping. It allows you to see if your numbers are creeping up, especially when your body is supposed to be in a rested, balanced state. If that reading is high even after a full night's rest, it could be an early warning sign of fluid retention or blood vessel strain. Now let's talk about your weight. Most people think of weighing themselves as something related to diet or fitness, but for people with kidney problems, daily weight tracking is far more serious. It can actually help you detect fluid retention before it becomes dangerous. Your kidneys are responsible for removing excess fluid from the body, but when they are not working properly, that fluid can start to build up silently. You might not notice any swelling or puffiness at first, but your weight will start to climb. Imagine stepping on the scale and realizing you've gained 2 pounds overnight, even though you didn't eat anything unusual and you haven't been more sedentary than normal. That type of sudden change is often a sign that your body is retaining water, not fat. If left unchecked, this excess fluid can lead to swelling in your legs or hands, shortness of breath, or even strain on your heart. Catching it early through weight monitoring allows you to respond quickly, adjusting fluid intake, tweaking medication, or reaching out to your healthcare provider before the issue gets worse. Now you may be asking yourself, is it really necessary to weigh myself and take my blood pressure every single day? Can I just do it once or twice a week? It's a fair question, but here's the thing, kidney-related changes in the body often happen gradually, and sometimes they're so subtle that you won't feel any different at all. Daily monitoring gives you a pattern to work with. It helps you spot those small trends before they turn into major problems. That 2-minute routine each morning could be the very thing that prevents a hospital visit later. So how should you do it? It's easier than you think. Keep your scale and blood pressure monitor somewhere accessible, like your bedroom or bathroom. For the most accurate weight reading, do it after using the restroom and before eating or drinking anything. This gives you what's known as your dry weight, which is the most consistent baseline. For blood pressure, sit down in a quiet spot, relax for about 5 minutes, and then take your reading with your arm supported at heart level if possible. Try to take the measurement at the same time each day. Over time, these readings become powerful data, not just for you but also for your healthcare team. Now here's something to reflect on. Have you ever had a day where your weight or blood pressure seemed totally off and you couldn't figure out why, only to later realize your body was trying to warn you about something? If you have ever experienced that kind of wake-up call, share it in the comments. Your story could help someone else recognize their own warning signs before it's too late. The takeaway here is that this habit, checking your weight and blood pressure daily, is like having a conversation with your body each morning. It gives you direct feedback, helps you spot trouble early, and puts you in control. Instead of waiting for symptoms to show up, you're staying ahead of them. Now, are you ready to unlock the next morning habit that can take your kidney health to the next level? This one is all about boosting your body from the inside out. Habit number 4, gentle morning movement or stretching. This is a simple yet incredibly effective way to support your kidneys and overall health. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. Let's dive in. When you wake up in the morning, your body has been resting and still for hours. You might feel a little stiff, maybe even sluggish or foggy. That's totally normal. But here's something you might not realize. Just a few minutes of light stretching or movement can shift your whole body into gear and make a meaningful impact on your kidney health. Let's break it down. Gentle movement helps improve circulation, one of the most crucial things your kidneys depend on. When your blood is flowing smoothly, it delivers oxygen and nutrients to vital organs, including your kidneys. This also helps remove waste products more efficiently. On the other hand, poor circulation can slow down these processes and put extra strain on your kidneys. By simply moving your body lightly in the morning, you're essentially turning on the systems that help your kidneys do their job better. But how exactly does that work? Think about it this way: your kidneys act like filters, cleaning your blood throughout the day. For that filtering process to be effective, they need a steady, healthy flow of blood. Gentle movement helps ensure that flow starts strong first thing in the morning. It's like setting the tone for healthy filtration for the rest of the day. And there's more. Gentle movement activates your lymphatic system, which is part of your body's natural detox mechanism. Unlike your cardiovascular system, which has the heart to pump blood, the lymphatic system doesn't have a pump, it depends on movement. Your movement, light stretching, slow walking, or even deep breathing with mild mobility exercises, helps stimulate the system and get lymph fluid moving. This supports toxin removal and gives your kidneys a much-needed assist. In essence, you're helping your body clear out what it does not need, and that lightens the load on your kidneys. Another major plus? It helps regulate your blood pressure, a critical piece of the kidney health puzzle. Gentle movement in the morning, like stretching or mindful breathing, has been shown to reduce cortisol, your stress hormone. When your stress levels go down, your blood vessels relax, your heart rate settles, and your blood pressure can begin to normalize. That's huge for kidney protection. And let's not underestimate the mental benefits of morning movement. Even a few minutes of stretching can lift your mood, sharpen your focus, and give you a better sense of balance, emotionally and physically. You'll feel more in control of your day, and when you feel good mentally, you're more likely to make better health choices all day long. Now you might be wondering what kind of movements are best. Great question. We're not talking about anything intense or exhausting here. This isn't about sweating or pushing your body, it's about connecting to it. You can start with light stretches in bed or right beside it. Roll your shoulders, stretch your arms overhead, gently twist your torso, or move your neck side to side. You can even do simple leg stretches or ankle rolls to help get your circulation going. If you feel up to it, a short walk around your home or a few easy yoga poses can be a great next step. The key is gentle, easy, and sustainable. However, here's a quick but important caution: do not opt for heavy or high-intensity workouts first thing in the morning, especially if you're a kidney patient. Here's why: intense exercise can temporarily raise your blood pressure and increase levels of waste products like creatinine in the blood due to muscle breakdown. For someone with compromised kidney function, this puts extra stress on an already overworked system. Not only that, but dehydration risk is higher in the morning, and heavy exercise without proper hydration can reduce blood flow to the kidneys, making things worse. So it's best to avoid anything that spikes your heart rate or exhausts your body right after waking. Gentle is not only safer, it's smarter. And here's the beauty of it: it only takes 3 to 5 minutes. That's it. No gym, no equipment, no stress, just a few intentional moments each morning to say, I'm showing up for my health today. Over time, this tiny habit adds up. You may notice reduced morning stiffness, better energy throughout the day, clearer thinking, and yes, even improved kidney function because your body is more supported. So let's make this part interactive. What does your morning routine look like right now? Are you someone who rolls right out of bed and jumps into your day, or do you take time to ease into your morning with movement? Drop a comment below and tell us how you think gentle movement could help you feel more energized, more in control, and more connected to your body. We'd love to hear from you. And now, are you ready for the final morning habit that can make all the difference for your kidneys? This one is about what you choose to fuel your body with first thing in the morning, and yes, it can either protect your kidneys or quietly strain them. Habit number 5, eating a low-sodium, kidney-friendly breakfast. Trust us, this one is a game changer. It helps set the tone for your day and gives your kidneys the support they need from the very first bite. Let's dive in. When it comes to kidney health, what you eat matters just as much as how you move or hydrate. While most people focus on sugar or fat, sodium is the hidden culprit that often flies under the radar. Here's why it matters so much. Sodium is a mineral that plays a role in regulating fluid balance and blood pressure. But when consumed in excess, especially in the morning when your body is just waking up, it can tip the scales in the wrong direction fast. let's break it down. High sodium levels pull water into your bloodstream, increasing blood volume. That means more pressure on your blood vessels and yes, higher blood pressure. And here's the serious part, high blood pressure is the second leading cause of kidney failure worldwide. When your blood pressure is elevated, your kidney's tiny filtering units called nephrons can become damaged over time. This leads to reduced filtration ability, and in people already struggling with kidney issues, that damage can accelerate quickly. So what happens when you start your day with a high-sodium breakfast? Maybe a processed breakfast sandwich, a bowl of salty instant noodles, or packaged deli meats. Your kidneys have to work harder right away to filter that excess sodium out of your bloodstream. Doing that day after day, week after week, adds up to chronic stress on your kidneys. But here's the good news. It is absolutely possible to enjoy a delicious and satisfying breakfast that is low in sodium and packed with nutrients that support your kidneys, your heart, and your energy levels. Let's start with oatmeal. This is one of the most kidney-friendly breakfast options you can find. It's naturally low in sodium, high in fiber, and helps regulate blood sugar, another huge win for kidney health. Top it with fresh fruits like blueberries, apples, or bananas for added vitamins, natural sweetness, and antioxidants. A sprinkle of cinnamon or chia seeds can boost flavor without adding salt. Next, let's talk about eggs. Yes, they're still on the table. The trick is how you prepare them. Skip the salt and avoid pre-seasoned or packaged egg products. Instead, cook a fresh egg with a dash of herbs like parsley or oregano and pair it with sautéed vegetables like spinach, bell peppers, or mushrooms. These add natural flavor, fiber, and important nutrients without any of the hidden sodium. Smoothies are another fantastic option, especially if you're short on time. Blend fresh fruits, a handful of spinach or kale, some unsweetened yogurt, or a plant-based milk, and you've got a quick kidney-supportive meal that's hydrating and packed with vitamins. If you're craving something savory, try whole grain toast with avocado. Avocado is rich in healthy fats and contains potassium, which helps balance sodium in the body. Add a few tomato slices, some lemon juice, or a sprinkle of sesame seeds for flavor and crunch. Just be mindful not to go overboard. While avocados are healthy, they're also higher in potassium, so portion control matters for those with more advanced kidney conditions. Now, let's address the real challenge, avoiding processed packaged breakfast foods. Cereal boxes, frozen breakfast burritos, bacon, sausage, they're all loaded with sodium. In many cases, it's not just for flavor but as a preservative. And here's the kicker, even foods that don't taste salty can be hiding a lot of it. That's why reading nutrition labels is crucial. Look for options labeled low sodium or no salt added, and always check how many milligrams of sodium are in a single serving. Ideally, keep your total breakfast sodium intake under 300 milligrams. Especially if you're managing kidney disease or high blood pressure. If you're wondering how to make this shift when you're used to salty flavors, don't worry, your taste buds can and will adjust. After just a few weeks of cutting back, you'll begin to notice the natural flavors of food much more. Foods that used to taste bland will suddenly feel full of flavor, and overly salty foods may start to taste harsh or overpowering. Also, here's something many people overlook, hydration supports this habit too. When you eat a low-sodium breakfast and hydrate with water or lemon water earlier in the morning, your kidneys are not only filtering more efficiently, but they're doing so with much less strain. It's a powerful combo that truly works in your favor. And there you have it, 5 powerful morning habits that can truly change the game for your kidneys. These are not just tips, They're daily acts of self-care that can help protect your health, ease your symptoms, and give your body the support it needs to keep going strong. If this video helped you in any way, please give it a like so it reaches more people out there who might be silently struggling and really need this information. Share it with someone you care about, drop a comment to let us know which habit you'll start tomorrow, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a chance to put your health first.